250s getting set now for their final moto of the 1999 season. Jimmy Button, who's made such progress on that four-stroke, re-signing with Yamaha for next year. Mike LaRocco looking to finish in third place in the points. And Doug Henry, very emotional moment right now. Mixed feelings. Last race of his pro career.
You can see it right there.
Yeah, don't say it too loud, but he's got a surprise birthday retirement party coming up tonight after the race. Robbie Raynard at the line, Larry Ward, Kevin Windham. He's accomplished so much this year, Kevin Windham. Ezra Lusk trying to battle the frustration to have a final good moto, and here's the champ. You know, the winners here at Delmont are like a who's who of modern champions. We've got LaRocco, McGrath, Emig, Henry, and now Greg Albertyn.
You got to wonder where the motivation is in this final moto to really push it to the edge from Albertyn and Doug Henry.
The final moto of the 1999 season. They start jumping the gate. Looks like malfunction. That was Robbie Raynard getting off last as he got caught in the gate. Somebody down in the first turn. We'll have to check it out. That's Larry Ward. My goodness, after such a great first moto, check this out.
Well, it looks to me like some of the guys over there, Robbie Raynard perhaps. It's hard to spot from this particular angle, but somebody got going early and then everybody else reacted to it. Everyone's on pins and needles at that moment.
And Tim Ferry gets his first hole shot of the year.
Meanwhile, Ward back there in the middle of the pack, he goes down and just gets run over. It seems like guys can miss you at that point when they're towards the rear of the field, but he still got punched around a little bit, so a huge difference for Larry.
Even with the pressure off. Look who's in second place behind Tim Ferry. Greg Albertyn. Doug Henry in third. He's been such an important part of Supercross and Motocross in his career, Doug Henry. Gosh, he's got to be the sentimental favorite right now.
He is. I'm sure they'd like to see any of these guys go out and close the day. Tim Ferry, for one, the privateer, to get a moto victory. See Albertyn close out the season in championship fashion with a win. And to see Doug, I mean, there's a lot of people out here you can be rooting for. That's what's been great about this series.
It would be Albertyn's third win of the year if he can take the overall. And he's been so consistent throughout the season. 3 second-place finishes. A third place at Budds Creek to go along with the victories. Never worse than the 8th-place finish at Glen Helen, the opening round.
That's what it takes. The year I won the 250 National Championship, I only won 2 races. 2 or 3, I don't even remember, but it wasn't very many, I can tell you that, but I was very consistent.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Jean-Michel Bayle won the title in '91 in the 250s without a victory.
Jean-Michel Bayle was just amazing to come over here and win every championship, the 250, the 500, the Supercross, all in the same year, and then just said, all right, I got to go road racing. I mean, that's just amazing, the talent that guy had. From what I hear, he still goes pretty fast on a Supercross track.
Ferry, Albertyn, Doug Henry, Kevin Windham in 4th, and John Dowd rounding out the top 5. LaRocco back at 8th. Mike Caton, another pretty decent start there with the top 10. As we take a look at the entire field.
Another great start for Albertyn. Just having an excellent day, and it's just too bad his teammate Larry Ward going down to the front, running up front the first moto, having the lead, looking like he probably held on to it if he wanted, said things were just clicking for him, and this moto he just about gets run over by 4 or 5 riders as he goes down the first corner.
One of the fastest riders on the track is Robbie Raynard after the last place start. He's trying to move his way up through the field.
That's kind of, if we could think of a nickname for Robbie, it would be something to do with having to come from behind and pick riders off through the pack at a fast pace.
We'll have to work on that for next year.
Yeah, he's a little bit like LaRocco has been over the years, in that he just always seems to be coming from behind.
And of course, this is his favorite track, as we mentioned before. Albertyn would love to go out with a moto victory right now, side by side with Ferry. Ferry the inside, and here goes Albertyn cutting to the inside. That move surprised me at that point, but now Albertyn takes the lead.
He just planned that out a little bit better. He forced Ferry to go down to that corner so hard he had to drift wide after the berm and sort of make a little S turn out of it, where Albie came down. was able to come from the outside, square the corner off, and get much more speed as they approach these jumps. No problem for the pass.
So Albertyn takes the lead here in the final moto of the season. We'll be right back with more 250 action from Delmont in a moment. Art Eckman, David Bailey, Davey Coombs back at Delmont, Pennsylvania, Steel City Raceway. We've had an exciting afternoon already as we see Doug Henry and Kevin Windham battling for third place. Henry in his final race of his career. Windham just starting what looks like a great championship career ahead of him.
Looked like he had an inside line up there on Doug. Doug knew it well, cut over, closed it off.
Whoa. Talk about acceleration in that corner. Great move by Kevin Windham. My goodness. And that puts Henry back and forth. Let's go to Davey.
Steve, Tim finally got that start you've been hoping for the whole time, and so far he's proven he can hold on to it.
Yeah, I know it's been all year, and when he waits till the last moto to do it, but yeah, hopefully he can stay strong.
You got Windham right behind you. You got to know that Windham wants to prove a point to Albertyn. Tim going right along with him, kind of caught in the crosshairs. It's a good thing for you guys.
Yeah, definitely it is. It's going to help push him. Plus, Timmy wants to prove to these guys, too, that he can hang with him, so hopefully he can.
3 times Ferry has finished 6th overall. But he's on his way right now of his best overall performance of the year.
He is in the middle. One of the first nationals I rode was 1981, and I was lined up right in between Kent Howerton and Bob Hanna at Mount Morris. Talk about nerve. I didn't mean to be lined up there. It was all that was left. And those guys just hated each other. It looks like Kevin's going to just bump him back one spot and get up there and deal with Albertyn on his own. Catch it.
Kevin Windham, a great deal of pride. Understand Kevin's been a house guest of Jeff Stanton's lately.
That's always good if you can spend some time with somebody like Stanton who has all that experience, just to hang out and talk. And they don't even have to go riding or training. Just being around Jeff, little things rub off.
Now, be serious. You don't think that he's not having a workout if he goes to Stanton's place?
I'm sure he is. He's too tired to talk.
I'll bet Stanton's putting him through boot camp.